Edifier just sent me their updated noise cancelling headphones. And with the Bluetooth game being so hot right now, I'm obviously excited to test these out for myself. They released the original Gen 1 WH950NB back in 2023 and have since rebooted them with Gen 2, released in January 26. So these are brand new. Updated features of Gen 2, they have a far superior battery life, and they've updated their Bluetooth chips to Bluetooth 5.4, making them more future-proof. Welcome to BeezWorld. Right out of the box, the Edifier WH950NB feel like they should cost twice as much. They're solid, incredibly comfortable, and on paper, a serious threat to the big names like Sony and Bose. But after just a minute of handling them, I found one design choice so fundamental, it might just make you want to rethink. Let's start with the good stuff. And there's a ton of good stuff. The experience begins the moment you crack open the box. Instead of a cheap cloth bag or a flimsy plastic shell, you get this firm, stylish hard case. It has a clean, premium look that immediately tells you Edifier isn't messing around here. Open it up and the headphones are nestled perfectly inside, with a smart little tab separating the ear cups to prevent scuffs. Tucked into a small compartment is a set of accessories, a 3.5mm audio cable, a USB-C charging cable, and even an airplane adapter. It's the kind of complete package you'd expect from something way more expensive. Then you pick the headphones up themselves. This is where that premium feeling really sinks in. Weighing a lightweight 296 grams, there are no creaks, no cheap plastic groans. The whole thing feels solid. The headband is reinforced with a prominent steel band, which gives it incredible durability and a cool industrial look. The ear cups have this pebbled leather-like texture with subtle metallic accents that give off this almost mid-century modern vibe. The headband adjustment clicks into place with these smooth, defined steps. They also fold down nice and compact, which makes them great for travel, a feature you often see on higher-end models. If I were judging these on build and presentation alone, I'd swear they were in a much higher price bracket. They feel tough, look elegant, and make a killer first impression. So they look and feel the part. But are they comfortable? This is usually where some budget-friendly headphones start to show their weaknesses. But again, the WH950NB is impressive. The first time you put them on, the word that comes to mind is plush. The memory foam on the ear cups and the headband is exceptionally soft, and it's wrapped in a protein leather that feels great against the skin. The protein leather also acts really well at drowning out the outside world. Perfect when it's combined with the ANC built in. They clearly thought about the ergonomics. The ear cups don't just slide up and down, they also rotate and have a good amount of tilt, which lets them mold to the shape of your head. The headband has a thick slab of that soft padding. For the first few weeks, they felt a little rigid. A premium build and great comfort are nice, but they're totally useless if the tech itself doesn't deliver. And this is where the WH950NBs goes from being impressive to being almost unbelievable for the price. First up, battery life. Edifier claims 80 hours of playback with noise cancelling off, and a still huge 55 hours with noise cancelling on. And in my testing, that was legit. You can go a full week of commuting without even thinking about the charger. If you do get caught with a dead battery, a quick 10-minute charge gives you up to 7 hours of playback, which in my books is an absolute lifesaver. To fully charge the battery, it takes roughly an hour and a half, which in our hectic modern lives isn't so bad. When it comes to the sound, I felt a little bit meh, but don't let that first meh put you off. You have to break these headphones in. Give it a couple of weeks and you'll start getting the full benefit of these headphones. The feature that's really stole my heart with these, Edifier have packed in high-res audio here, with their 40mm dynamic driver and support for the LDAC codec. For Android users, this is a game changer, letting you stream at a much higher quality over Bluetooth. Result:
I was chasing shadows, moving too fast. Didn't see the way our love couldn't last. Now I'm stuck replaying what I put you through. Every night I'm haunted by the thought of you. If you need my loving, call me and I'll step on through. And we can talk all night long. If you want this loving, then call me and I'll drive to you.
Got more than a couple of people going mad, I swear they're rooting hard. Said I might be big in the game like she went and got them breast implants. I said I'm moving too fast, didn't even get a glance. I'm ready to eat up track like I'm seated in a restaurant. If you had swag like mine, you know it's best to flaunt. We aren't hating because you aren't shining like it's neon, rock like kings of Leon. Shooting stars across the galaxy, I stand out so don't be mad at me. Infiltrate, I'm with my strategy. When I turn up, them amateurs have to leave. Shooting stars across the galaxy, I stand out so don't be mad at me.
Draw me in, make me feel. Draw me in, make me feel. Draw me in, make me feel. Make me
I found that it's warm and super engaging. The bass is punchy and tight, giving a ton of energy to pop and electronic music, which personally for me is a winning recipe. I love bass music, I love electronic music, and I hate muddy sound. Vocals come through with really good clarity, and the soundstage feels surprisingly wide for a closed back headphone. What's more, you can also choose different modes like music, gaming, and spatial sound. Personally, I stick to the music mode. I didn't really find the other modes to be useful. But in this life, everybody's different, everybody's got different ears, so you may do. I also recommend changing the EQ to rock. I don't know, there was just something about the rock setting that just really set it off. The active noise cancellation on these headphones is also seriously competent. You can even choose between high and low modes. There's also an ambient sounds for your surroundings, and even a wind reduction mode. While it's not going to completely erase the world, like the latest from Sony or Bose, it does a fantastic job cutting out low frequencies, like airplane engines or fans. If you're finding this review useful, a quick tap on the subscribe button would be amazing. It really helps my channel out. We need to talk about the one thing that could change everything. Remember that tough steel headband I was just praising? The one that gives these headphones that durable premium feel? That steel is the source of one major flaw. Because it is so rigid and strong, it has almost zero lateral flex. So what does that actually mean? Most headphones, especially plastic ones, have some give. You can bend them, twist them a bit, and that flex helps them adapt to different head shapes. The WH950NB, on the other hand, is stiff. That feeling of durability comes at the cost of flexibility. While the ear cups pivot and rotate perfectly, the band itself just doesn't really bend outward. For me and for others who are sensitive to it, this creates a clamping force that builds up over time. This only happened hours and hours and hours after putting them on my head. It's worth noting that that clamping force is not going to be experienced by everyone. So for some people, this may be a deal breaker. Personally, I still like them. Before I make the final call, there's one more test every modern pair of headphones has to pass. The microphone. For calls and meetings, this can be just as important as music to some. The Edifier WH950NB has 4 mics that use AI noise cancelling to isolate your voice. So let's test it. Right now you're hearing me through the WH950NB's mics in a quiet room. My voice should be coming through pretty clear and full. I'm now just walking into town. It's 10 o'clock in the evening, so a pretty late evening walk. It's fairly windy out here, and I'm about to hit some high traffic areas. Funnily enough, as I'm doing this test, I've just walked through a wind tunnel. I wanted wind, and I've sure got wind. A van's also just driven past. The verdict. The mics are surprisingly excellent. It does a fantastic job separating your voice from chaos in the background, making it a super reliable choice for work calls. Honestly, it rivals headphones that cost way more. Okay, let's put this all into context with the price. The Edifier usually sells for around $179.99. The market leaders like Sony and Bose are way up there in the $399 plus range, which means you can almost buy 2 Edifiers for the price of 1 pair of Sony or Bose. These headphones are for the value hunter who wants 90% of flagship experience for less than 50% of the price. If you care about build quality, a premium feel, amazing battery life and high-res sound, this is an incredible deal. Who should skip these? If your number one priority is comfort above all else, if you need headphones you can literally put on and forget about for an 8-hour session, you should probably tread carefully. That rigid steel headband could be a real problem. If you have a larger head or have been burnt in the past by clamping force, in that case, you might be better off going with Sony or Bose. Are the Edifiers better than the Sony or Bose? In terms of pure noise cancellation, no. Sony and Bose are still the champs, and for guaranteed all-day comfort, no matter your head shape, the more flexible designs from the big brands will likely win for more people. But the Edifiers get dangerously close. The sound quality with LDAC is right up there, and maybe even more fun for certain types of music. And the build quality feels more substantial than all the plastic bodies out there. So is the potential for clamping discomfort worth saving £200 for? Of course they are. Yes. We're in a flippin' cost of living crisis. I also reviewed a pair of £30 headphones about a month ago. £30, I know, very, very affordable. But even they do a pretty good job. Ultimately, the Edifier WH950NB is almost perfect. I'll hand it to Edifier. It's a bold choice going for a steel headband, rather than the softer materials that even Bose and Sony are using. Whether that choice is a deal breaker is, in the end, a very personal decision. So why not, with all this? Let me know in the comments down below. Is the headband a deal breaker for you? I'm genuinely curious to hear what you think. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.